Drive Car of the Year 2021, and it's time to take a look at the van segment. This segment is arguably more competitive than it's ever been, and crucially, these vans finally have the safety tech that they should have had for years, because we've been putting tradies and delivery drivers in vans that simply aren't as good as they should be. There's a lot to look at here. Let's take a look at the van segment for Drive Car of the Year 2021. Ford's Transit Custom mid-size van aims to not only cover the needs of work fleets, but a little unusually, also put a stylish spin on the van segment with the Transit Custom Sport. With a 125 kilowatt, 390 newton metre 2-litre diesel opening the range, or a more powerful 136 kilowatt, 405 newton metre also available, the Transit Custom positions itself ahead of the usually underpowered Euro van openers. Short and long wheelbase models are available, and the whole Transit Custom range features front-wheel drive and, depending on the variant, either a 6-speed manual or automatic, with pricing spanning between $43,290 and $54,590. Safety and driver assist tech includes adaptive cruise control, blind spot and rear cross traffic detection, autonomous emergency braking, and Ford MyKey, which lets owners set limits on things like maximum speed or radio volume to keep both the van and the driver safe. A leather-wrapped steering wheel, 230-volt household power socket, heated driver and passenger seats, and integrated roof racks are also standard. Offered in a fairly simple range, the Peugeot Expert comes in both standard and long body variants, both with a low roof cargo hold. The entire range is front-wheel drive. Standard body models come with a 110 kilowatt, 370 newton metre 2-litre 4-cylinder turbo diesel with a choice of manual or automatic transmission. Step up to the longer Expert and there's either the 110 kilowatt engine or the option of a 130 kilowatt, 400 newton metre version, both backed by an 8-speed auto. Pricing kicks off from $39,990 up to $45,890 for the high output long body. To keep drivers safe behind the wheel, there's camera-based low-speed autonomous emergency braking, front and rear parking sensors, blind spot monitoring, and a 180-degree rear view camera. Interior highlights include a 7-inch infotainment system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, height and reach adjustable steering, and automatic lights and wipers. Australia's plumbers, electricians and couriers have a real soft spot for the HiAce, it seems, and in 2020, 2 out of every 5 mid-size vans wore a Toyota badge. Available in either long wheelbase, low roof or super long wheelbase high roof variants, the HiAce comes with a choice of 2.8 litre turbo diesel, producing 130 kilowatts and up to 450 newton metres, or a unique to the segment petrol V6 with a best-in-class 207 kilowatt power output. Both van and crew van variants are available, along with 6-speed manual and automatic transmission, with pricing that opens up at $39,740 up to $53,240 depending on specification. Included in the safety package are autonomous emergency braking with pedestrian and cyclist detection, road sign recognition, front and rear parking sensors, blind spot monitoring, and rear cross traffic alert. Cabin comforts see an 8-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, digital radio and satellite navigation, all offered as standard.
The Transit van offers a good all-round practical package. There's plenty of door storage and storage in the front, as well as extra features like the leather-trimmed steering wheel and glossy black surrounds. If I had to pick out a negative, I would say that the rear visibility is a bit limited. You've only got a small window to see through. However, it does make up with the frontward visibility that is really optimal, and you feel up high and be able to see far and wide. So we're in the Transit Custom Sport, which is the 5-seater variant in the range. And we've chosen to test this one because it's been released in the last 12 months and also shows how the van market is pivoting towards family car at the weekends and work car during the week. As you can see, there is plenty of space back here. You could easily fit kids and adults, and there's plenty of headroom.
Head to the rear and the Transit Custom, if you're a courier and you had the model without the second row seats for example, gives an effective cargo box volume from as little as 4.4 cubic metres up to a maximum of 8.3 cubic metres in the long wheelbase.
In the HiAce, it's easy to see why it's Australia's top-selling van. However, this is the first all-new model in 14 years. You now have a semi-bonnet, which means you're no longer sitting over the engine and there's no wheel to climb over, making it easier to get in and out. Other positives are the introduction of a digital speed display, as well as Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Like all vans, there is really good storage. However, there's not as much in the doors and the dash as its European counterparts. But all round, it's a great practical van in this category.
Swing open the long wheelbase HiAce's top hinged tailgate and you'll find 6.2 cubic metres of available space. In the super long version, that grows to 9.3 cubic metres all up.
If you're a delivery driver, the Peugeot Expert has you spoiled. First up, there's the middle seat that lifts up to reveal a foam-lined cooler box to keep your lunch nice and cold. Then the middle armrest pulls down to reveal a clipboard holder. Now there aren't any cup holders here, however, they are up front. We have found that they're a little bit small and funny placed, a Peugeot quirk, but there is plenty of storage up front and giant door bins. However, if you are carrying multiple passengers, we do think that maybe this gear selector might impede on their legroom.
At the business end, you get a total cargo volume of 5.8 or 6.6 cubic metres depending on the variant. For a little extra versatility, there's also a flip-up bulkhead beneath the passenger seat for an added 1,162 to 1,220 millimetres of load length. Access to the rear is via standard dual sliding side doors and 180-degree opening rear barn doors. Vans have come a long way in the past few years, and they needed to, with none more reflective of this than the Toyota HiAce. Its ability to remain composed on the dynamic test loop belies its working focus. The judges noted that you can have plenty of fun in a rear-wheel drive van with as much power as the HiAce, but it doesn't ever get as loose and out of control as previous generations did. HiAce is now a competent and safe performer on wet surfaces as well as dry, and its unladen ride is also acceptable. The judges found the Peugeot Expert to be comfortable and controlled in all situations on the dynamic test loop. Sharp, responsive steering and general balance over the front end meant that the driver always felt in control, even under heavy braking or through tight corners. Its ability to be threaded through the dynamic test loop points to solid ability around town in traffic. The Ford Transit Custom has, like most vans, firm suspension unladen, which means it can bounce over poor surfaces on road, but it's actually quite taut on the dynamic test loop. The judges liked the way the Transit was difficult to unsettle, even when pitched into a tight corner beyond what the posted speed limit might be on a public road. The judges noted the light steering did feel a little too light at speed, especially on the change of direction. Well, there's a lot of focus on what these vans are like back there, but that's only part of it. Sure, their ability to carry a load, how you can strap it down, the flexibility, the way the doors open, that's all important. However, with the HiAce, it's not just about that. It's about the driving dynamics of it, the braking, the engine, the gearbox, and of course the safety. This is the safest van on the market at the moment. It's also the most popular, so that works well for the people buying it, and there's absolutely no doubt that the best van for Drive Car of the Year 2021 is the Toyota HiAce. It's the most popular van in Australia for good reason, but it now has the safety credentials and standard inclusions to live up to the sales figures. The judges couldn't argue with its sense of value, build quality and drivability, and while it's safe to say the entire van segment has moved a big step forward of late, it's the Toyota HiAce that most signifies that leap. Don't forget to hit like if you've enjoyed this video, click on subscribe to stay up to date with all of our latest content, and of course head to Drive.com.au for the full review.